Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Get Keyshawn Davis out the damn game. Last time that man was in the game, he was out there fighting. He ain't even have a damn fight because he couldn't make weight. So frustrated with the consequences of his action and his brother getting the bing-bings put on him, Keyshawn Davis got in the game, decided they wanted to try to jump the guy. He's going to deny it, but hey, we know something happened. But he's returning people, and some people are excited, others are concerned. For me, I know Keyshawn can fight. When he was with BoMac, every single fight, Keyshawn Davis was getting better and better. Man's an Olympic silver medalist. You got to give him some respect. But at the end of the day, the question is, can Keyshawn Davis still be taken serious? Now, to that I say, in the most respectful way, hey, yo, Keyshawn, hold your horses. Stop taking it to the stupid. We know you're returning, and there's a whole lot at stake, people. You see, this fight isn't just a comeback. I've been here for years, been rocking my peers. He ain't LL Cool J. My man is coming back. This shit is a reputation audit. They are going to be watching Keyshawn Davis, his attitude, how he behaves during the pre-fight, fight week, post-fight. They're going to be watching. He's no longer just out here fighting opponents. He is fighting the public perception, but he caused that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters out here, when it comes to public perception, they ruin it, and that's where they end up fighting. Fans aren't asking, is he talented? They're asking, hey, you sure this guy's matured? Is he mature enough at this point? Because we don't know if we could take him serious. Because he dropped the ball. And I tell you what, he cannot afford to drop the ball, lose focus, play around, and think he's going to enter a fight with Jermaine Ortiz. And he's just going to walk through him. Man, get out of here. Jermaine Ortiz has that expanded amateur background as well. He's a kick-ass professional fighter. He represents discipline. He represents structure. He represents quiet professionalism. That contrast alone puts a whole lot of pressure on Keyshawn before the bell rings. And let me tell you this. This ain't a tune-up fight. This is Keyshawn's background check. And that's a fact. Fans ain't taking the man serious anymore. I could understand. You look at him. He dancing on cars and shit. He out here making noise. He out here jumping rope and talking the talk. Somebody was like, Keyshawn's a little bit of a... They said Terrence Crawford and Muhammad Ali is what someone said. I'm like, where are you getting that from? They're like, oh, and he got a little Floyd Mayweather in him. I'm like, man, Keyshawn Davis is Keyshawn Davis. How dare you attach him to Muhammad Ali's cloth? How dare you attach him to Terrence Crawford? With Floyd Mayweather with jumping rope and talking shit, I seen Floyd do that. I could understand that. But all I'm saying is, I think they see him now as a guy who was once seen as who made his noise in the ring to just seeing him a loud buffoon outside the ring. And that's how you get labeled when you go out here, man, and you're trying to talk shit in front of the camera all the time. You want to miss weight. You want to come now and try to jump your brother's opponent. You want to come out here, man, and just act like a clown. They might as well put a big red nose on his face and join the circus. All that talent, all that skill. I ain't saying he shouldn't talk his shit. I ain't saying he should enjoy the camera. I'm not saying don't be yourself. But what I am saying is, hey, yo, hold your horses. Stop taking it to the stupid. You need to let your hands do the talking. But what fans associate Keyshawn with now, he's a top first fighter. He was a fight last, fight later type fighter. He's a guy who's explaining losses instead of correcting them, explaining poor decisions instead of correcting them. They got Keyshawn underneath the microscope, man. And that social media behavior, have we not learned anything from Clarissa Shields? Stay off that social media. That social media behavior for Keyshawn has overshadowed in-ring development, made him feel more influencer than contender. If he's not careful, his ass going to be going viral for all the wrong reasons. Confidence crossed into performative arrogance, man. That man had every right to be confident. and get in the ring and do the business. He, no kidding, was getting better every fight. I was like, Keyshawn Davis, shit. The way he's going, it's going to be hard to beat him. But right now, and what I'm seeing, it don't look good. It does not look good for him, in my opinion. Does it mean he loses to Jermaine Ortiz? No. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, the writing's on the wall, that performative arrogance, that shit leads to self-destruction, leads to a loss, and he could be crumbling right in front of our eyes. You see, trash talk lacks a few things. It lacks precision, it lacks timing, it lacks follow-through. So he's like, Keyshawn reminds me of a guy who talks like a final boss, but fights like the demo version. You know what I'm saying? He's got the talk, but you're not really seeing him what you expect to see from him. But he has a good opportunity because Jermaine Ortiz ain't no slouch, and everybody knows that. You sleep on Jermaine Ortiz, he'll beat you. And that's why a lot of fans are watching this guy Keyshawn, and a lot of them have jumped ship. You know? Even I was kind of wondering, like, all right, I mean, I still feel he can fight, but even it turned me off. I'll be honest with you. That fight week he had there in Norfolk, that shit was horrible. The way he conducted himself, horrible. And I think that's where the turn happened for a lot of fans. They were expecting an Olympic level guy like him to be polished. Now that I think about it, he's a silver medalist versus she was a gold medalist. Both of them are big ass mouths, not the best attitudes. Out here just ranting and raving. How much further could both of them have been with endorsement deals, etc., if they had a better approach to just their image and their brand? But the bottom line is, with a guy like Keyshawn Davis, fans expected him, an Olympic medalist, silver medalist, to be more polished, some IQ growth as far as outside the ring, and they wanted to see him continue to evolve tactically because he was showing a lot of growth underneath BoMac. But instead, you saw him start to win and start to feel himself, and he started to show these emotional reactions to criticism, to have these defensive excuses and public beefs that didn't elevate his brand. And the ultimate is he lost focus thinking he was above the goddamn secret society, and they humbled his ass. And let me tell you something, boxing fans, they will forgive a loss, and he has not lost, but they don't forgive delusion. But even though he didn't lose a fight, you can basically say he lost when he missed that weight for Edwin De Los Santos, and everything about Keyshawn Davis and the DB3 dynasty came crashing down that weekend. I wonder if he can self-correct, but a lot of people say he can't. I wonder if he's actually assessing himself and what he did and where he went wrong. But some people says that he can't do that either. They feel like he can't. They're saying he's emotionally detached from reality. I don't know if I agree with that, but what I will say is fans didn't turn on Keyshawn. They stopped believing in the movie. That's all. They're watching the movie and they said, we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? We don't like it. Now, one thing I don't like, but I don't have any control over it, he and BoMac have split. I just think these are warning signs, red flags. Some people think it's a necessary reset. Who knows what conversation happened between BoMac and Keyshawn? I don't know. But this shit matters more than people are going to admit. Him stepping away from BoMac, that shit is a big deal. BoMac, of course, y'all know him from being Terrence Crawford's trainer. He's known for structure, accountability, long-term vision. Fighters who leave him often, they want control, they want comfort, they want less pushback. Fans immediately started asking, who's really in charge now with Keyshawn and his new team? Is Keyshawn coachable? And I just think this shit has red flag energy all over it. When a young fighter leaves a strong trainer, fans assume ego won the argument. And I kind of think so too. You know, if you want to be the captain of your own ship, do that outside of the boxing gym. You can have a lot of say over your career, but the trainer is the trainer. A trainer knows best. I'm just trying to understand what happened there. Because I can't help but feel there's a bit of a Deontay Wilder parallel that's going on. Wilder got rid of Breland, felt how he felt. Bottom line is he hooked it with Malik Scott somewhere where he seemed to be way more comfortable, even though Wilder came out and said his lackluster performances wasn't a result of anything Malik Scott did or did not do. It's because Wilder said he wasn't there mentally. But the bottom line is, for fans, they still feel like the similarity between Wilder and Keyshawn, they said the shit's parallel because both of them seem to be like fighters who want to lead the team. They want to have a trainer who agrees instead of challenging them. And they want comfort replacing the tension and the uneasiness. You know, the Malik Scott situation reminder, great chemistry, questionable correction. And that's what we're looking at Keyshawn and the way he's moving with his new team. It's like, how far is this going to go? But I just think when fighters become the boss, I think development slows, bad habits survive, and reality checks disappear. And at the end of the day, every ship needs a captain. You want to sail your own ship? Cool. Every ship needs a captain. But captains don't design their own storms. You understand? Now, with Mike Tyson, he's another one who back in the day, you know, he got rid of Rooney. When he was with Rooney, still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Without Rooney, still dangerous. But he was less disciplined, had a shorter prime. If he would have been with Rooney, he would have still remained dangerous. He would have been more disciplined, and his prime would have been extended, and he would have never got caught up in the bullshit he got caught up in. So for fans, they fear Keyshawn chose independence too early, not enough scars earned yet. And let me just say, great fighters graduate from trainers. You don't escape them. They take you to a point to where they can't take you any further. And then you go on to someone else who can take you to the next level. You graduate. You don't just escape them. So with the way Keyshawn's looking with a new team, I'm telling you what I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching to see how he performs technically. Because in every fight, I was seeing him do something different. I was like, yo, this will get better and better every fight. But I'm going to be watching closely. It's going to be up with his defense now. Leaky under pressure. His shot selection. He's going to try to be too flashy, not efficient. It's going to be up with that ring IQ. Sometimes reacts instead of being calculating, try to force a fight, things that he wasn't doing before. And if those flaws remain, fans will blame leadership. They won't blame talent. And the leadership is all on Keyshawn's new team. So if the mistake looks familiar, the new team will look cosmetic. Jermaine Ortiz, he just sitting quietly. He don't really say much. I may try to get him on my channel, do an interview. He just chilling in the breeze, man. Ortiz doesn't need hype. His style exposes a lot of things about fighters: impatience, emotional fighting, overreaching. If Keyshawn rushes, showboats, tries to prove a point, Ortiz becomes more dangerous than he already is. Ortiz fights like a pop quiz. No warning, just consequences. So if you ain't prepared and that pop quiz show up on your ass, you are going to fail the test. And that's what we're going to be sitting back watching to see what happens with Keyshawn Davis. So, even if Keyshawn wins, he can win the fight and still lose. Because he can win the fight and lose the narrative. Because fans want to see Keyshawn show humility, focus, and growth. A loud win doesn't fix public fatigue. A disciplined win might do that. But, that ain't really Keyshawn. That ain't really Keyshawn. Dude is just loud and wild, man. But if he wants people to take him serious again, that road back, less talking, more mastery. Show the skills that pay the bills. Stop reacting to trolls. Let coaches coach. Treat criticism as data, and remember, boxing fans respect results and behavior. Talent gets you attention, and he's got all the attention, but maturity will keep it. And he lost a lot of the attention, and he lost a lot of respect because of his immaturity. But if he's back, it's the Renaissance era, Keyshawn Davis, cool. The rebirth is slick. But as of right now, a lot of us are looking and saying, man, get that Keyshawn Davis out the game. Because he's going to be out there fighting and doing something stupid that's just going to make him look crazy. But we'll find out when he gets in there with Jermaine Ortiz. Because that's a real fight. Anyway, Keyshawn Davis can fight, man. But I just don't know what we're going to get anymore. And before I end this video, I'm going to tell you, when he was over there with BoMac, every single fight, Keyshawn Davis was looking good. Every fight, he was getting better and better and better. But can he put on the type of performance against Jermaine Ortiz for people to take him serious again? I don't know. But we'll find out. Keep cool, I'm in the breeze.